All right, John Morant is out here finger banging dudes again. He's not actually finger banging them, but he is finger banging them, if you know what I'm saying. Right here, this is just from today. John Morant showed off an imaginary gun. The NBA hit back with a real fine. Day after, Morant again used his aiming a gun gesture to celebrate and making three-pointers. The Grizzly star was fined $75,000 by the league on Friday. It's the second time this week that Morant, who was suspended twice in 2023 for incidents with actual weapons, heard from the league about mimicking the act of using a gun during the game. Basically, what happened, Steph Curry hit a three, somebody on the Warriors hit a three, Buddy Hield's on the bench and he does finger guns at John Morant, and then John Morant has to show that he's the alpha male and he doesn't let somebody shoot their finger guns at him without him returning fire. So John Morant comes and does the finger guns back at Buddy Hield. I don't care. It's not really a big deal for me. I understand the NBA, they want to keep it like a family friendly. They don't want kids seeing people doing the finger guns and then asking their parents, "Hey, what is that?" And then they have to explain to their kids what guns are, whatever it may be. Maybe John Morant's a kid's favorite player. That's a fact. He's a bunch of kids' favorite player. A lot of kids look up to John Morant around Memphis and just all over. Honestly, he's very flashy and fun to watch. So, say you're idolizing this guy, and someone's parents, see him doing gun gestures, and then their kids at school doing gun gestures and stuff. It's just not a good look. I'll say I live in Texas as well, so I have nothing against owning firearms. There's always a firearm in close proximity to you here in Texas. You're probably always 100 yards away from a firearm. Whether you're at your apartment, in traffic, at your house, there's always a firearm in pretty close proximity to you. But most people are pretty responsible with their gun ownership. But with Ja, I don't understand what it is because he was suspended twice in 2023. He's at the strip club. He's drunk. Nothing wrong with that. I've been there before, but he's on IG Live and then he's dancing with one of his boys and he has like a pistol dancing on IG Live. And you can get drunk and go to the strip club and dance. That's fun. If you want to dance with a pistol, dance with a pistol. But I don't understand you recording yourself on Instagram Live and expecting, you have thousands and thousands of people watching the IG Live and then you expecting nothing to happen when you're just recording. You're recording incriminating stuff against yourself straight to the internet. Just makes no sense. So that happened at the strip club, got suspended. Then, however much long later, not long after that, he's in the car with his boys. Again, they're dancing. He's brandishing a pistol in the car on IG Live again. That's the part that's the most frustrating. Like, dude, just chill with your friends. Do whatever you want. If y'all wanna dance with guns, then do it. Like I said again, I'm not against people owning firearms. I know a bunch of people that do, but it just makes no sense for you to record yourself and incriminate yourself in that way. It's just really childish and stupid in my opinion. Like I said again, do what you want, but don't record yourself and put it on IG Live and then get mad or act like I don't understand why I'm getting suspended when you're just putting stuff to incriminate yourself, right there on the internet. But that was those two suspensions in 2023. It says this is the second time this week that Morant has heard from the league about mimicking the act of using a gun during game. Lee called it inappropriate, adding that Morant was previously warned by the league office this gesture could be interpreted in a negative light. Um, you know, like I said, a bunch of kids look up to John Morant. If they see John Morant doing gun gestures during the game and then some 3-year-old kid's walking around his house doing gun gestures and his parents are acting, "Oh, where did you see that from?" And then he says, "Oh, I saw it from John Morant. I was watching NBA basketball." And then the parents say, "Okay, now you can't watch the NBA anymore." And it's bad for the NBA as a whole when you look at it in that light. But the first interaction resulted in a warning after Morant and Buddy Hield made the gestures at one another. I think Steph Curry hit a three. Somebody hit a three. Buddy Hield and John Morant made eye contact or whatever, and Buddy Hield's doing the finger guns at John Morant. And John Morant decides, "You're not getting away with that. I'm going to show you who the real alpha male is here." So Buddy Hield shoots his fake finger gun shots at John Morant, and then John Morant has to come back and shoot his fake. his fake finger gun shots back at Buddy Hield, just so everybody knows, he's an alpha male, and when someone shoots finger guns at him, he returns fire with his finger guns right back at them, just to show that he is a real man. He doesn't let that stuff slide. But that happened with Buddy Hield. The league warned Ja Morant, hey, you can't be doing that. To be fair, I don't think Buddy Hield was warned about anything. I don't think he was. But with Ja Morant's history of, having actual firearms and brandishing them on IG Live, the league's a little less lenient with him. And that's just how it is. If you're a repeat offender of whatever it is, flopping, Draymond Green, they look at his plays extra close because they know he's made a lot of dirty plays in the past. They look at his plays extra close, and your history does affect what happens to you in the NBA, and that's just how it goes. But NBA said it happened twice, although it appeared to happen after all three of his made three-pointers. Again, I don't think it's a huge deal doing the gesture. Personally, for me, it doesn't offend me. But like I said, if some 3-year-old, 2-year-old kid is watching the game and they start running around their house doing gun gestures, or they start going to school and they're doing gun gestures at school, again, I don't think it's horrible. It's just a gesture. But a bunch of kids watch the NBA, and then if the kids' parents see them doing it, if they go to school and the teachers see them doing it, and then where do you learn that? Oh, I learned that from Ja Morant, and then it turns into their parents saying, okay, you can't watch the NBA anymore, you can't watch Grizzlies games, whatever it is, and it's bad for the Grizzlies and it's bad for the entire NBA if something like that happened. But that happened with Buddy Hield. They warned him, and then just the next night, they were playing the Miami Heat, and he does the exact same thing again. But he had a big old gun. It was like a bazooka. He was like this. It was a big old thing, and he was boom, boom, boom. And after that, that's when they gave him the fine from the league. But right up here, these are those suspensions from 2023. They cost Ja Morant 33 games and about $8.3 million in salary. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just so stupid and immature. Like, get your money, man. If you want to dance with your friends, go out to the club. If you want to have firearms in the car, again, I have no problem with that. That's fine. But don't record yourself on IG Live and lose yourself money and make yourself look bad, make the league look bad. It's just not good, for Ja or for anybody around the NBA. But the first suspension was an 8-game ban, again for live streaming a video in which he displayed a firearm while he was drunk at the strip club. And then the other one was a 25-game ban after posting with a firearm in a car during another live stream video when the league said Morant wielded the firearm while knowing that he was being recorded and that the recording was being live streamed on Instagram Live, despite having made commitments to the NBA and public statements that he would not repeat the conduct for which he was previously disciplined. That's what makes me frustrated, though. It's like just grow up, dude. Honestly, just stop doing stupid stuff like this. It's almost like Ja Morant just wants to give a big you to the league and to Adam Silver. And Adam Silver is super lenient with the players. He's turned it into almost an entire players league. Ratings have gone down, but the money's through the roof right now. That's why Ja's making so much money, and these other players are making so much money because Adam Silver has helped turn the league into a big old money pot for everybody. Whether you think the product is better or worse, you can't deny all the money these guys are making now. And then, to do stuff like this, it kind of puts Adam Silver in a bad place because he has to discipline you. He probably doesn't really want to, but you can't just say you to the commissioner because that's basically what he's doing. Suspend me once, okay, I'm going to do it again a few months later, get suspended again, and then this season, I'm going to do the gestures that Buddy Hield. Adam Silver says you can't do that. Very next night, does it again, and again, it's just a big you to Adam Silver and the NBA, and I think that's really why Adam Silver got so frustrated, and I understand it. But asked on Thursday after he made a game-winning shot at the buzzer to lift Memphis over Miami, it was nasty. It was over Khalil Ware. He just gets in the paint. He hits him with the shoulder like he's about to go up for a finger roll, but then he just steps back like 2 steps and just hits a little fadeaway right at the rim. It was super nice, super nasty game winner. But when Morant was asked about the criticism, he says he's well aware of what gets said about him. And he says, I'm kind of used to it. I was pretty much a villain for 2 years now, every little thing. If somebody can say something negative about me, it's gonna be out there. So yeah, I don't care no more. What are you talking about, dude? Like, now he's playing the victim card. He's saying, "Oh, I was pretty much a villain." He's basically saying I was painted out to be a villain. Nobody's saying you're a villain, bro. Like when John Morant was doing the gritty and just dunking on people, nasty, making all these highlight plays, he still does that. But all everybody said was just positive things about him, how awesome John Morant is. Everybody loved John Morant. I'm a Spurs fan and I love John Morant. I still like watching John Morant play. He's a nasty player, in a good way. But for him to take the victim mentality like this, I'm pretty much a villain for 2 years now. Every little thing, it's not little things, dude. Like you're dancing in the strip club on IG Live with guns. You're dancing in the car, with your boys with guns in the car. And back to like the stuff with the kids. I'm sure kids follow John Morant on IG Live. So if they're watching his IG Live, which I'm sure they do, and they see him dancing with a firearm in the car at the strip club, dancing with firearms, just a terrible look, for the league. So it's crazy here. Every little thing, if somebody can say something negative about me, it's gonna be out there. So yeah, I don't care no more. It's like people say probably 10% of the things people say about Ja is negative, probably not even that much, and then 90% of the things are positive. That's the thing about the younger players. You'll say all this good stuff about him, just like Ja came in the league, just praise heaped on him. We say all these great things about him, and he deserves it with how great he is at basketball. But then, you get caught at the strip club. You post yourself on IG Live, dancing with the firearm. You do it again in the car with your boys, IG Live again, dancing with the firearm. And then you come back and say every little thing. If somebody can say something negative about me, it's going to be out there. It's like they can say something negative about you because you're on IG Live dancing with firearms. Like, you did that to yourself. Don't blame other people and say, "Oh, I was pretty much a villain." He's basically saying people painted him out to be a villain or made a false narrative about him. If you just read it in context, that's basically what he's saying. Like, people made a false narrative about him and were saying untrue things just to make Ja look bad. And no one's trying to make him look bad. Like I said, 95% of people love Ja Morant, and then you record yourself on IG Live and post yourself twice brandishing weapons, and then I don't think it's a big deal as far as doing the finger guns, back and forth with Buddy Hield. But then the league warns you about it the very next night. You just basically say fuck you to Adam Silver and do the finger gun gestures again against the Heat, and then people react to it, and we have conversations like this to talk about it. And then Ja just says, "Man, everyone's painting me out to be a villain. Every little thing I do, everyone just hates on it." And it's just not true. Like, every little thing he does, people love it. Like, there's so much positive praise heaped on Ja Morant. And then, you do something stupid like this. And again, I don't think it's stupid to brandish firearms. If you want to dance with your firearms as well, like, that's your choice. Like, dance with them. I don't care, but don't post yourself on IG Live. Don't get warned by the league about doing the finger gun gestures, then do it again, just the following night, and then try to have like a victim mentality and be saying, "Man, the NBA is out to get me. Why can't I dance with guns and do finger gun gestures and stuff like that without getting in trouble?" Because it just makes no sense. I think John needs to have more self-awareness. If any player in the league did this, like, imagine if LeBron did this. Like, it would be a humongous thing if LeBron was at the strip club dancing with firearms. If Kevin Durant or Steph Curry did this. John Morant's not really a huge face of the league, so it kind of goes a little more under the radar. But I just don't understand repeating the same mistakes over and over and then trying to say, "Man, the NBA is just trying to get me. The NBA, they have no love for me. They made me a villain. Every little thing I do is criticized," when it's 95% praise, then 5 to 10% of criticism. And none of the criticism is about his game. It's about him doing stuff like this off the court, recording yourself on Instagram Live with firearms, doing the gestures. after they told you not to do it. And again, I don't think some little finger gun gesture is a huge deal personally, but I always say I have a job, y'all have a job. If I did that at work and they told me not to do that, and I came back the next day and I did it again, and then I got sent home from work, I'm not gonna tell my manager, oh man, y'all are making me a victim. Like, how come all y'all say is negative stuff about me? Y'all are painting me out to be a villain. Like, they're not doing that. It's just the rules of the league. Adam Silver is so lenient with the players, and him being nice. They just kind of step on Adam Silver. I'm not trying to say he's the best commissioner or stick up for Adam Silver as a commissioner, but you can't make the same mistakes twice, get suspended for them, then come back, do the finger gun gesture twice, especially after they told you, the first time, you can't be doing that. And there was no fine, no punishment the first time, and you come back and just do it again, just to say fuck you to the NBA. And then the NBA is the thing that has got you where you are in life, and you have such a blessed life because of the NBA. You have the best job in the world, as far as I'm concerned. And then, to disrespect the NBA like this is kind of crazy. And then also to, like I was saying again, I'm pretty much a villain to try to act like the league's painting you out to be a villain, or to try to have a victim mentality for your own choices when you know what the consequences were going to be. It just makes no sense to me for him to do that. But please comment below what you think about the Ja Morant situation. Again, he's an excellent player, but I don't know what it is with him and guns. I don't think he's gangster, and if he is, he doesn't have to be anymore. Like, you have so much money. You and your kids are set for life, and then even their kids are probably set for life with the generational wealth you put together. So, in my opinion, it's like just chill out and play some ball, and stop shooting finger guns at people, and then watch how things change. It's going to be 100% positive praise about you. But like I said before, that's the thing that frustrates me about the younger players. Media, everyone says all this positive stuff about them, and they say one bad thing, and then players like Ja, oh, I'm a victim. Like, you're painting me out to be a villain when he was the one that made the mistake. He filmed his mistake and puts it on Instagram Live, and then wants to say, oh man, this is not fair. This makes no sense. But please comment below what you think. I think Ja's gonna be fine. I mean, he'll probably stop doing this. We'll see what happens. Adam Silver's punishment was still super light. 75,000 is not a lot of money for an NBA player, so it wasn't at all a severe penalty or anything like that. But please comment below what you think about the whole situation. I think it's just childish of Ja Morant to keep doing this and then paint himself out to be like a victim in all of this. But let me know what you think. I'm at a big 35 subscribers. Please like and subscribe as well.